The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, the man who sold Shaq's house will be here to talk about the luxury market, but we're going to take a tour of so many amazing properties. What is on the market right now? You're about to find out as You Have Real Estate continues. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number will be right here, 407-205-0400. We'll be happy to answer them off the air. Also, if you want to start your house hunt this weekend, find your dream home. Dallas Lehman is standing by to get you pre-approved so you can start that dream home. And look, find that dream home. Start that hunt this weekend. Very same phone number, 407-205-0400. Wonderful show lined up for you today, but first, the opening statement. You know, we've been doing this show 6 years now, I believe, and the show is completely designed around you. We are here for you, to help you, because the real estate market, especially now, is crazy. You don't know who to believe. You don't know really what's going on, and things are constantly changing, and they're changing quickly, maybe more quickly than I've ever seen in my career. And what I like to do on this program is to show you really what's on the market right now. What can you afford? What can your family afford when it comes to places to live? Today's a special show because we're going to start talking about the luxury market. What does that luxury market really look like? How does the luxury market in Central Florida compare to other states and other big cities throughout the country? But we also have some great listings to show you that are affordable as well throughout this market. So you'll be able to see what you can afford and what you can do right now. All questions that we all have and questions that we will answer by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. We will kick it off today. To my right, your left, Benjamin Hillman is here. How are you, sir?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Outdress me again, as always, and that's fine. I'm okay with it, I guess. But you are, at the end of the day, you're a luxury agent. When you think luxury agent in this market, you think Benjamin Hillman. At the end of the day, you do. Everyone who thinks luxury thinks you. But it leads me to the question, how do you become a luxury agent?
Well, Justin, that's a good question. And it's not one point to become a luxury agent. It's kind of a non-component type setup. You know, it takes more than one thing to become a luxury agent. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's about your mindset. It's your confidence level. It's your lifestyle. And it all comes all together to make it that luxury feeling.
Right. And so you started this division at LPT. Robert Palmer, smart guy, good friend of mine for years and years. And you two came together and said, let's form this luxury division within LPT. How did that happen?
Well, I tell you, it's kind of I kind of got caught off guard because I had plans to open my own brokerage first quarter this year here. But after meeting with Robert back last year, we decided to look at doing a partnership, and because LPT doesn't really structure their marketing around those luxury listings, he wanted to create a division of LPT that does just luxury to offer his agents the training and the mentorship, and also to cut into that luxury market in Central Florida with LPT.
Yeah, and it seems to be going very well so far. How has that transition been for you?
It's been great. The biggest thing is I'm here to help agents really get established, mentor them in the luxury level, and also take a big bite of that luxury level from Central Florida and put LPT Luxury Collections on the map here.
And I love talking to agents here, and it seems like the agents that we have in here are always willing to help sort of a younger agent who doesn't necessarily have all the knowledge that someone like you has. But how do you feel about that too? Because there's some protectiveness over over these big listings also. How do you feel about actually advising younger agents or agents who haven't really dipped their toes into that market? How do you feel about doing that?
Well, for me, I like to give back, and I think when God's blessed you to be this successful in your career, where I specialize in luxury and done very well, you got to pull back the youth and the newness of the role, because at one point in time, I'm gonna step out of the picture, and now who takes over? It's our future. So we got to put those people in place, those agents that are qualified, that understand the luxury level, what it takes, have the standards, and also have that background in mentorship and grooming.
Right. What is the luxury market? Because I think luxury in our minds is different for everyone. If you're living in a one-bedroom or studio apartment, luxury to them is maybe a $400,000 or $500,000 house. Whereas someone who's already in a decent house in a decent neighborhood, luxury might look differently to them. What is luxury? What does that really mean?
Well, luxury means the best of the best, and it depends on your market that you're working in, because, as I mentioned here in Central Florida, the top tier market of luxury here is like $3.5 million. You go down south to maybe Delray Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Boca, it's $7 to $8 million top in luxury. So it really depends on the marketplace.
Yeah. How does our market in Orlando, luxury-wise, compare to some other major markets? I think we're market 17 size-wise in Orlando. How do we compare to a Chicago or an LA or other big cities?
We compare on that national level pretty high, but our price point's much lower, because in the bigger cities, you have bigger fish and more fish very often. In comparison, like, you look at Dr. Phillips, Windermere, Winter Park, you got some very exclusive, wealthy people there. You go down south, it's like 5 out of 10 are pretty wealthy. Well, I would say 7 out of 10 are pretty wealthy, versus
right.
this area here, you got like maybe 3 out of 10 here. But it just really depends on the marketplace and where you're relocating. If it's Chicago, California, Manhattan,
right.
South Florida. So nationally, we rank, I would say, probably in the mid-range. But at the end of the day, the bigger markets is where, California, Fort Lauderdale, Manhattan, the bigger cities.
What does the person who is looking at luxury real estate in Central Florida right now, what do they look like? And let me preface that question by saying, I'm not talking about skin color or anything like that. Are these people who are from here? Are these people from New York? Are these people from out of the country? What do they look like?
It's a mix, because in Central Florida, from my experience, it's second homes. And really, it's professional athletes, because Florida has that tax shelter here. Yeah. So it could be, doctors, lawyers, but they're just people, But typically, when you come to luxury, either you can afford it or you can't. And some people, they want the best, and whatever it takes, that's what they want. So
yeah.
there's no really true description of who that person is. It depends.
Right.
Yeah.
How does a transaction differ for you versus someone who's buying or selling a $400,000 house?
Well, from what I see, really at the end of the day, if someone buys at a certain price point, if that buyer buys luxury at, let's say, $1.5, $2 million, that buyer is pretty seasoned, and they've bought around the world or in their home market, so they're pretty more savvy. That market at that $300,000, $1,000 market, that's a newer buyer, not quite as savvy. So you have a lot of like I mentioned, a lot of those buyers at that price point, they come already with cash or a private bank in place, so they make an offer. It's going to be cash or 50% down, and there's very little negotiation or back and forth. It's actually much easier, because they're just used to doing those deals on a higher level.
Yeah. Sometimes we have cases at the firm where someone will pay $20,000, and that's sort of an easy case versus someone who has a very small retainer. Is it like that sometimes in luxury, where it's actually easier because they have so much money they're throwing around?
It's much easier, because you see, I've had cases where we're negotiating a deal, and we're in between $1 million deal, and they say, okay, we'll split it 50-50. $500,000 for you, for me, get it done.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about a price point at $400,000, that $1,000 makes a big difference. Not that it's not less important, but that buyer and seller is just on a different level.
Right.
So I want the property, I want to sell, we're deadlocked, let's just come halfway and make it happen. We're talking like a lot of money, not just small money.
Benjamin Hillman's been making it happen in the luxury world here in Central Florida for a long time. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us again. Any questions for Benjamin about luxury real estate? 407-205-0400. Very quick break. You Have Real Estate continues.
You can be an agent that struggles to get ahead in the competitive real estate world, or you can learn from the best and achieve success. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com and sign up for the Jumpstart program. Get coaching tips and important tools that will help you jumpstart your real estate career. Sign up today and get 10% off your Jumpstart program when you use code word LEARN. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com today and gain the real estate knowledge you need to succeed.
Hurricane season definitely upon us, and we all think, oh, we'll go to the grocery store and get some water bottles and some paper towels, but there's something important in your house right now that is very important when it comes to hurricane season, and that is your windows. Dan Brigman is here, Renewal by Anderson. Dan, you think about sitting around during a hurricane party or when you're getting through a hurricane with your family, playing a game or whatever you're doing, and when those winds really start to pick up, and you start hearing those windows vibrating, that gets scary. Why don't we think about windows when we think about hurricane prep?
You're absolutely right, Justin. It does get a little nerve-wracking. And one of the reasons we don't is because, you know, when we think about windows, we think about energy savings. We think about, hey, does the thing go up and down? Are there bugs coming in? Is there any water around my windows? And things like that. We don't think about that, you know, an 80, 90 mile an hour wind is enough wind to send something through that window. If you're sitting in there playing Monopoly, send it through the window, hit you, and end of story.
It's not a good thing at all. I put the QR code on the screen right now. Dan has a very special gift for you in preparation for hurricane season to help protect your family by changing and upgrading your windows. Dan, for these people at home, what are you going to do?
Well, I can tell you this, it will not happen again before hurricane season, which we're already in, right? And so it's 20% off of anything and everything that we sell. So that's our windows and our doors. And so get it while you can.
I appreciate it very much, Dan. Great to see you. You will appreciate Renewal by Anderson, I assure you that. This is free, by the way. Hit the QR code on the screen or call the phone number right now. Totally free consultation with their design consultant. Call Renewal by Anderson today. Welcome back to the show. I love the show. I love being able to show you what's on the market, not last week, not last year, right now. And let's do it with two of my favorite agents, really have become friends of mine. Jason Seda's here. Jason, how are you?
Doing well. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Ben Aicher's here. You played golf with Dallas Lehman the other day. He said you hit it very far. I'm not playing with you. How are you? Now, do you think he played golf in college? That's cheating in some ways, isn't it, Jason?
You know, I would say, yeah, there should be handicaps to this because
absolutely.
I played with him as well, and
he'll be the ringer if we're going to play
at least a
scramble.
Lead.
you two are, I love the activity that you both have in the real estate market. You're both very busy and you really know what's going on like today, down in the trenches. What are you seeing, Ben? Like really, what are you seeing out there right now when it comes to negotiations between buyer and seller? Where are we at?
I'm seeing a lot of activity right now. I think really in the last 2 months, I've seen more multiple offer situations than I've seen.
Really?
In the first, second quarter of the year. So volume is picking up, and I think prices are going to reflect that.
We talk about inventory a lot too. When you hear inventory, what does that really mean?
For Florida, it's hard to even determine that. I mean, it's everybody's moving here. This is the number one state to move to. So, inventory is always going to be minimum for us here compared to other states is what I feel personally.
I gotcha. Are we bullish on this market? Because I've been telling this audience for a long time that I remain bullish on this real estate market. I do not see a collapse. Maybe it slows down, but I really don't see this at all. Maybe I see this. How do you feel about the market moving forward?
I mean, look, the big shots are trying to determine that there's a crash coming. Who knows if that's true or not? I don't know if they're trying to scare everybody, but look, we're in the field. We're seeing it. We're listing the houses and getting 10 calls on it and getting multiple offers, which is very true.
Right.
Residential and now commercial as well. So, and look, I mean, the interest rates are a little high. With 30-year fix, you're at above 7%.
Yeah.
Bringing it down to a 15-year, 6.75 it was. But either way, when those interest rates drop, what do you think is going to happen?
Refi.
Yeah, right.
Refi, boom.
Oh, exactly.
That's why the interest rates don't really scare me that much. If you're looking for a home for you and your family, I wouldn't let the interest rates scare you off because as they go up and down, when they come down, you refinance, okay? So I'm not super worried about the rates being high. I get the fact that it annoys you that you could have gotten 3% 2 years ago or 2.7%. I get that. It annoys me too. But don't let that prevent you from finding the dream home that your family's going to live in the next 10 years. Just don't. Refinance is going to be available again soon. I want to see what's going on right now, though, and we have a nice little smorgasbord of different areas as to what's being listed right now. Ben, I'll start with you. This is Daytona Beach Shores, South Atlantic. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so first we have 2301 South Atlantic Avenue, Unit 501 in Daytona Beach Shores at the Hawaiian Inn. Beautiful top-level, fifth-floor studio. My favorite part about it, right when you wake up, you turn to your right, the window overlooks the ocean.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely stunning. Just under 500 square foot studio. Being at the Hawaiian Inn has a lot of amenities, and it presents an income opportunity as well.
Got it. So if I'm buying this, am I looking income? Is that what I want to do?
It could be either or. It could be, weekend getaway. It could be a residence for you, or it could be, a place that you...
Or better yet, maybe a little bit of both, right?
Yeah,
you can produce income and go there on some weekends. So you don't feel like you're just wasting time when you're not there. I like that too. And now down to Orlando, is it Tan Bear Drive?
Yes, so 78.
Did I say it right or no? Be honest.
Tan Beer.
Tan Beer.
Yeah.
See, I should have known that.
So we had 7818.
If it was Tan Vodka, I would have gotten it right.
This beautiful property on an oversized lot, just over quarter acre. The property itself is just under 1,600 square feet under heat. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with an office, large screened-in back porch, and it's equipped with solar. It's priced competitively at $350.
At $350 is a great price for that house, a great price for almost any house right now. It's hard to get in around $350. That's even less than the median price, I think, for real estate. Now, if you'd like to see either of these properties, I have great news for you. You can see them right now. All you have to do is call 407-205-0400. I will connect you with Ben right away. Now, as we move sort of to the southwest and west of Orlando, Jason, you've got me a couple of awesome properties here. Let's start in Winter Haven, an area that, first of all, I think it's easier to get to now than it has been in the past. Winter Haven at 414. Tell me about Thomas Wood Lane.
Yeah, 4310 Thomas Wood. That place, let me tell you, that's like centralized. You're 40 to 50 minutes away from Tampa and St. Pete. Same going for all the amusement parks in downtown Orlando, and it's great. No HOA. It's on almost half-acre lot.
No HOA.
No HOA.
No.
$100 is optional, believe it or not, in this area.
Wow.
It's beautiful, but it's a big lot, and the price point's under, $500,000, of course. How houses have been going up in prices. We're at 414.9 on this one. A little over 2,600 square feet under there.
It looks newish to me as well.
Yeah, renovated, beautiful. They kept great care of this property.
They did a good job. And now over to Leesburg. Leesburg's a cool little city. A lot of people haven't been over there lately. Leesburg's kind of cool. I like it over there. Tell me about Pine, what is it?
Pine Hill.
Pine Hill.
This is in the plantations in Leesburg. Leesburg area, I'm in Claremont, and it's, I'm surrounded by 90 lakes. This is like the seaplane capital of the state is what they say. So you've got Mount Verde around the corner, and it's a 55 and over community. So, if you're looking to retire and spend less than $300,000, honestly, I recommend Leesburg area. It's a nice little 2-2, a little over 1,100 square feet. So, if you're looking to downsize, perfect location.
Yeah, Leesburg, that whole Lake County area is growing too. So, you buy this as a home to live in your retirement. Yes. But I think value is going to stay and increase. And at $275,
Can't beat that.
You almost can't beat it.
No.
Low payment too. Go try to rent a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And you're going to pay way more than you pay for this one here, right?
Correct.
Jason would be happy to show you either of these properties as well. 407-205-0400. We got to bring the crew out if we are going to play golf.
I'm ready. Let's go.
So you've played together before.
Oh, yeah.
And how did it go for you?
I'm pretty competitive,
You're good?
too. Yeah, I've been playing for a while, so me and him were kind of leading the way on the whole pack. So this might be a good day if we go play some golf.
I've been in semi-retirement for like 5 years, so Dallas keeps trying to get me to come out of semi-retirement. Dallas, here's the deal, and Dallas is back there. I'll come out of semi-retirement to play a foursome with you. How was that?
Outstanding.
Awesome.
Ben,
Jason. Always a pleasure to have you both on the show. Always an open invite, as you both know.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. Here's what we'll do. A very quick last break. You Have Real Estate continues. Are you worried about your student loan payments? I don't blame you. The great news for you is now we have more options than ever. Go to our website, youhavepower.com, to find out what options may exist for you and your student loans. Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. Hi, how are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank you.
Roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything.
Sure.
When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida, but the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. I mean, we approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, you know, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. Free inspection, first of all. It does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting. Welcome back to the show. A final segment today. And again, we love the show. We love being able to show you different areas of this viewership area. Really, we want to hit every single area so you know what is going on. And here's what's going on is the roadways and the highways that are being created right now are literally making our area easier to access, okay? So a few years ago, getting from Orlando to Ocala could be quite difficult. Even the southwest portion of town, where the Four Corners area, difficult to get to. With these new highways, and again, I always forget the numbers, for this, for that, I don't know what they are called. I just know it's making areas that used to be not accessible more accessible. And I'm talking to a lot of people at the law firm who are coming in to see us from Ocala, from further away places, who are actually living and working closer to the city center, but living further away. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of us are forced to move further away as we're buying our primary home because the market has increased, the interest rates have increased, and it's priced some of us out, or even if we can afford to live sort of in the city center, we want to get a little bit further out so we're not house poor. And one area that we've been exploring a lot lately is Marion County and Ocala. Elisha Lopez, the owner of Ocala Realty World, is here. You are seeing people from not just the Orlando area, but from around the state now find this little hidden gem of Ocala.
Yes, exactly.
And you did this a while ago. You made the move from Miami, then to the Orlando area, then to Ocala. What is the way of life? How would you describe the way of life up in Ocala?
Definitely more laid back. I think everybody that's there, it's contagious. Everybody's there for the same reason, is that little slice of heaven, peace and quiet, and it is a gem. And
Right.
that's actually the perfect way to explain it.
I might tiptoe around this. I might get right to it. I don't know yet. Let's see. But so I remember when I moved from Boston to Miami, people in Boston, I kind of like their attitudes, but we're a little bit more rough. I mean, we're not as super nice. But I also grew up in Tennessee, where everyone's all, oh, y'all, all shucks, sweet. And then ended up in Miami. So I've gotten to see the different personalities. And the people in Tennessee are so nice. And then, in Miami, kind of a little bit tougher, I would say. I feel like Ocala is still the South. Is Ocala still a southern city?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you like that. You love that sort of the niceties and people being courteous and sweet. And it's just a different personality of the people who live there. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
And we also talk, obviously, about the differences in prices. So you take the same exact house in the middle of Orlando and you put it in Ocala. How do the prices differ?
So I actually ran the numbers since the last time I was here, and it's 39.8% difference from apples to apples in a sense.
39.8% difference. That's crazy.
Yes.
And that's really incredible. And you're talking about a family who might not be able to afford to buy a house in Orlando or the surrounding area. Now they can comfortably afford that same house up in Ocala and Marion County. That's a huge difference. And listen, if you feel like you are priced out of this market and you want to explore the beautiful countryside, the southern way of life of Ocala or Marion County, I have a QR code right here for you. Take out your phone. It'll connect you directly with Elisha, and she'll be happy to show you around Ocala, Marion County, even the villages, and maybe this a little bit more simple life is the way for you to live. And maybe you're going to say, look, I work in Orlando, but I can still live in Ocala, because a lot of people are doing that now, saving 39.8% on your house. Elisha would love to show you around. QR code on the screen. Reach out to her directly. And the interest rates have gone up. We know that. And so there are people that are getting priced out of being able to buy their dream home. But I also talk to a lot of investors. At my firm, we deal with a lot of investors who feel like the market in Orlando itself is just, they can't make money on investing and flipping right now. They can't. You have a lot of investors coming to explore Marion County as well. What's it like investing in real estate there?
Investing's great, but it's being in contact with the right people.
Right.
So that way you get first dibs on the great deal, because right now they're far few in between. So having the right connections and working with an experienced broker that knows and has been there through the crash and dealing with investors, that's huge.
And so all of us at this point, or a lot of us know to go, you can go on MLS or Realtor.com or whatever, and you can see a lot of things that are listed. However, you have a very large brokerage, of course, in Ocala, and you have some insight on things that maybe are not on the market now, but could be coming on the market now. As an investor, how does that relationship help me knowing you?
Because you know you're going to get a good deal. You get first dibs on it before anybody else does. And then say, well, you already have other investors that we're working with, but not every investor is able to invest at that moment. So there's always something for everybody if they're serious.
Pocket listing. What does that mean?
That it's in the pocket. Yeah, like we know something everybody else doesn't know.
Yeah, it's really a big help when you know that real estate broker, especially if they have a lot of agents working under them. They kind of know what's happening and what could be coming on the market soon. So you might be able to jump on that before the rest of the general public knows. I think that, again, if you're looking to invest up there in Ocala, Marion County, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you don't reach out to Elisha. She'll be happy to talk to you and show you around. QR code right here, or call 407-205-0400. Elisha Lopez, thank you as always for joining me. I'll see you again next week. Thank you to our amazing crew here on the other side of this wall. Even Bob did a great job. Your microphone was hard, he said today, but he did great. Thank you for joining us. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.